All right, well, what a roller coaster of a day. I started this morning with my first trade, slow and steady, $1,000. Second trade, jumped in the stock, breaking news, rode the momentum, up $16,000. Added for the next move higher, lost 13 grand. Whoa. So now I'm sitting up $4,000 and I'm like, all right, what's next? Went back to the one that I hit my first trade on with $1,000 of profit. It was our leading gapper, CUEN. Got back in that and started riding the momentum. Ended up making, well, see, this is kind of frustrating. I ended up making almost $70,000 on it, and then I gave back 25 off the top. So I overstayed my welcome, as always, but I'm up $45,000 on CUEN. Actually, you know what? I'm up just a smidge less than that. I'm up 43,000 because I've got 3,000 from the other stock. So you know, at 43,000 on CUEN, it's not bad. And it was the leading gapper today, up 195%, and it was a little choppy at the open, a little whippy, and that's why I gave back as much as I did on it, but it gave us some great opportunities. So a great finish to the month of June. I'll break down the June statistics maybe tomorrow or Friday, so stay tuned for those. It was a wild month, but finishing certainly in the green, over $300,000. Hey, wait a second. My results are not typical, in case you didn't know. Most beginner traders lose money. You should trade in a simulator before you put real money on the line, because the reality is most traders lose money. All right, so approach this very cautiously. Now, if you want to learn about my strategy, as aggressive as it is, as risky as it is, I'm happy to teach you and would love for you to come visit warriortrading.com. And right now we're running summer school, and starting July 6th, I'm beginning a new small account challenge, which will be a lot of fun for you guys to watch. So that's only going to be streaming for students in the chat room. I have been doing the live broadcast this week because I want to get people excited. I want to show you guys, give you a little bit of a preview of my strategy, how I trade, and so I hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, and I will see you back at it first thing tomorrow morning, Thursday, Friday. Let's finish up this week with a couple more nice trades, and that'll be the first 2 days of July. All right, so I'll see you guys first thing tomorrow morning. All right, everyone. Well, kind of a wild day today. Down 3,700 in my retirement account on CUEN, but up 49,000 in my main account on CUEN. So about a $45,000 green day. Not bad at all. That may be the best day actually of the month for me here, but it's a little in a shadow of the fact that I was up 53,000 in this account. So I lost 4 grand off the top. And I was up 16,000 in this account. So I lost 20,000 off the top. So I lost like $24,000 off the top, which, that's 20. So that would have been that would have been basically a $70,000 green day had I not overstayed my welcome a little bit. Of course, when I was up 5,000, I could have stopped right there, and I may have overstayed my welcome, but it paid off, and I got myself up to 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75,000 before catching some losses. So the 2 losses that got me good, I lost on this candle right here, and then I got back in here, sold, made good money, made back what I lost, added back right here, and then stopped out right down here. And then I took one more trade right here and stopped out right here. So those are my 2, this was my big loss, and this was my second big loss. This was the biggest one right here. That was the full like $20,000 loss in my retirement account. So that was disappointing, but I had a pretty good dial and a good read on CUEN, starting pretty early pre-market for the break of 6, and then continued trading it through pre-market all the way into the open. And I'm very pleased with the momentum that we had. It was up about 200% at one point. It was gapping up this morning. Leading gapper in the entire market with 195% gap, 5.9 million share float, and price is $7. Well, price right now is $7.25. So this with 77 million shares of volume, has high volume, was ripping, and we got some great opportunities on it for sure. Unfortunately, now it's kind of rolling over. I never like finishing kind of on a little bit of a red note there. My last 3 trades were red. So it's like, man, I don't know, I'm red in this account. That's a real bummer. And I was up, so I kind of was like wanting to get a little bit of redemption there. And I saw DDL squeezing up, and I almost bought it at 30 right here. Right at $30, $29.99, there was a seller, and then it snapped. And I was like, don't do it. You know what? The volume's too light, the spreads are too big, and I took a trade on SLS this morning on breaking news, and it popped up and then came all the way back down. I made 3,000 on it, but I was up 16,000 on that stock and then gave it back as it came back down. So I'd already done that once, and I'd already kind of had some rough trades on CUEN towards the end, and so on DDL, I decided just to sit out. Well, it ends up ripping $15 a share without me. So that's the luck of the draw. But you know what? I honestly think, and just looking at the level 2 on it, I'll just show it to you here. We've got big spreads, 2.6 million shares of volume now. It's up 78%, but we're talking 30, 40 cent spreads, and that's relatively tight for it right now. If this drops below 41, all of a sudden you could see a drop back down to 38, 39 so fast, you barely have time to exit. So yeah, so I steered clear of that one, although as it turns out, I guess it would have worked. But overall, a great day, and CUEN was the one that was strong. And you know what? We've had a strong stock every single day this week, which is, we can't ask for more than that. One strong stock, that's enough for me. One strong stock a day for the rest of the summer, and we're gonna have a great summer here. I pulled up my metrics here. This is 2021, and January was my best month of the year. February and March were basically within $4,000 of each other, 416 and 420. April was not good. May was better. And here in June, I'm going to be up about 375 or something like that. I think I was because I looked at this morning, I was like, man, that'd be cool if you got back to like 415, 420. Like right back to it doesn't even really matter, but just kind of like it would be cool. So I was trading pretty aggressively today, and when we started to see some good action, I was like, all right, this is the one. And when I was up 70,000, 70,000 would have put me up at 400. I was going for a couple more trades. I was thinking if I get to 415, that means I need to be up 85, 90,000. So it's kind of got a little sidetracked, looking for a bigger win a little later in the morning than I should have. So gave back some off the top, about 20% or whatever, almost 30%, I guess. But you know what? Life's good. I'm green. Can't complain. It's been a fantastic month, and it's been a fantastic month, and I'll say that despite the fact that I had 3 pretty big red days in a row. So I had a little red patch. I lost about $75,000 or $80,000 here, whatever that was. But I have certainly rebounded nicely, and in the last 2, 4, 6, 7 days, every day has been above 25,000 except for one, which is good. My daily average this year is 19,400. If we look just for the month of June, my daily average is 16,000. So it's actually a little lower for the month of June, but of course that's because of the red days. So if we just went from like the last 2 weeks, I'm at a $20,000 average, and that includes one red day. So if I can try to keep myself in focused on hitting the strong stock each day and not getting too distracted, I think I'll do better. The days where I start trading 10, 15, 20 different stocks is when I kind of start to get myself into a jam. So I'm going to try to stay focused, trade the best, leave the rest, and that's a great focus for the month ahead, given that on July 6th, I'm going to be starting my new small account challenge. So yeah, I guess as we sit right here, about $2.3 million, I am tracking for another $5 million year, same as last year. That's what I'm tracking for. But, as you saw, obviously, that was thanks in part to a great month in January and 2 great months in February and March. So if I average, Q1 was much better for me than Q2, second quarter. So this second quarter is 500, let's just call it 500,000. That has me more lined up for a $2 million year, which means I may end up finishing this year, if I make for another 2 quarters, 500,000 a quarter, maybe finishing this year closer to like 3.3, 3.5. So that may be where I finish. I don't know. It's impossible to say. I have no idea. But maybe we'll have another GameStop type of stock, and I'll crush that. And in 1 week, I'll just make like $1 million. Or maybe the market will be slow for the rest of the summer, and this last week and a half was our last hot streak. I mean, you never know. You could play out any possible scenario, but nobody knows. Nobody knows what's going to happen. So all we can do is sit down each morning and follow the price action. And the price action this morning was leading me to CUEN, leading gap in the entire market, jumped in, rode that momentum. That was the right move. It was the obvious stock to trade. So that's my recap for today. Finishes up the month of June here in great shape, and I'm excited to go into July. And it's nice because I'll have 2 full days of trading in July before my small account starts on July 6th. So I'll have 2 days, Thursday and Friday, to kind of hopefully make a little bit of money in my main account. And then that'll kind of tide me over during at least the first week of my small account challenge. Because during a small account challenge, it's hard to make any serious money. I mean, a good day will be like $250. So I might be up 250 in my small account, and that would have been a day I could have been up maybe 25,000 in my main account. Just because with a small account, I don't have a lot of margin buying power, share size is smaller, and so I'll have to be making do with what I've got. But hopefully we have a nice finish to this week, and we can go into the weekend feeling good. So Warrior Pro students, let's jump into our summer school class here. I'm going to open the live classes classroom. So I'm going to open that right now, and let's jump in there and get into summer school. All right, and we're going to do the same thing, tomorrow and Friday as we finish up the week. Jess is going to do a QA session in the Warrior Pro Mentor Room at 11 a.m. So those who have Q&A, questions related to today's trades or whatever else, you can join him at 11 a.m. in the Warrior Pro Room, but I'll be in the live classes room, which is open now. All right, I'll see you guys there. Oh, and in case I didn't remind you, those watching the recap on Facebook and YouTube, day trading is risky. Most beginner traders lose money. So please make sure you trade in a simulator before you put real money on the line. And I don't want you to think that my results are typical, because they're not. I hope you really enjoyed that video, and make sure you hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Our goal is to hit 1 million subscribers this year, but we won't get there without your help. So please, please, please hit that subscribe button.